Wanna hang out? Watch a movie?
I've been edging for 3 days, so what better time to do creative work than now? Welcome to Keda Reda. The name itself is a pun because Reda means contentness and Keda Reda means like this is alright.
This is fine.
And our main protagonists, yes, plural, are called Reda. Kind of. You'll know what I mean in a second, shut up. The movie starts with a woman giving birth at home because Cece destroyed the medical sector anyway, so might as well save the drive to the hospital. That's what we get for making fun of American healthcare, I guess. While this lady gives birth, we see her husband, Hindi, doing a robbery, which is the top paying job in Egypt currently. Mrs. Hindi pushes out a baby and the midwife, doula, birth assistant, probably a relative also, type girl, who's there helping, catches it and does the thing. And then another one. And another one. And then the mother gets very sleepy.
When the breeding frenzy is all said and done, the Pacific salmon waste away.
But not before she says the name of the movie.
Keda Reda.
Jokes aside, it's sad that bro missed the birth of his triplets because he was at work. Capitalism moment. Anyway, Mr. Hindi is now a bereaved single dad of triplets, but he's somehow keeping his composure because crying is for pussies and feelings are gay. Stay red pilled kings. In his late wife's will, she's essentially telling him to take care of the boys and to stop being a thief/scammer and give them an honest upbringing. I do love the phrasing here though.
أنا آسفة يا هندي، اضطريت أموت. 3 كانوا كتير عليا قوي.
Like, I don't know. Hindi does quit crime, but knows he won't be able to afford to raise 3 kids that way.
You're broke! You're fucking poor!
Which is a testament to the perils of capitalism.
You wake up when the alarm goes off. You go to your job. You get paid your wages.
And also he's worried about the envy of the neighborhood for getting 3 kids in one go.
Like my cock was made out of concrete.
Yes, that's a thing here. A lot of people believe that other people's envy can take away things from you. But do you know what he was most concerned about?
بس أكتر حاجة كانت مخوفاه إن العيال تكبر وتخش جيش ويحصل لهم زي ما حصل له هو وأخواته في الحرب.
And yet again, I am validated when I say conscription is the biggest problem guys face here. Anyway, he comes up with this crazy solution to all 3 problems, which is to register the triplets as one guy and have them live as one person by the name of
Reda Hindi البنهاوي.
You don't have to do service if you're a lone brother. 1 child is nothing to be envious about, and it's a lot cheaper to put 1 child through education and shit. 1/3 as cheap to be exact.
Quick mess!
Time goes by and the boys grow up. He had to jump through a bunch of hoops to keep this a secret, of course, though I don't really know if it's even illegal to do what he did. I mean, 2 of them would essentially not exist on paper, or maybe the 3 of them would be charged with identity theft of Reda? I don't fucking know, I'm not a lawyer. Anyway, 2 of them needed glasses, so he made the 3rd one wear glasses too, so they look identical. And they went to school in turns. As for finals, each would study a 1/3 of the curriculum and solve part of the tests, one by one, switching in the bathroom. And I just want to say this is unnecessarily risky. Like, how sus is it that the same kid goes to the bathroom twice every single test? You know what I mean? I get that they're kids and kids are supposed to be dumb, but wouldn't it be easier and safer to just split the subjects between them instead of each doing a 1/3 of every subject and then they could take tests solo instead? I am so good at min-maxing hypothetical scenarios. Do not even try me. I've trained countless hours in the shower. Anyhow, they basically split everything 3-way. The room, going out days, school as you just saw. Whenever the door knocks, an alarm goes off and 2 of them have to completely vanish by hiding in a secret basement Hindi used to hide his scores in back in the day. Bro really thought of everything. To help him tell them apart, he gave each of them a nickname to use at home that fits their different personalities. Bibu, the sporty hyperactive guy. El Prince, who is the family thug, hot-headed, aggressive, and a little bit stupid.
اطلع برا يا رضا.
And the last guy is Simsim, which means Sesame, who's basically the smart one who's also awkward, nerdy, and gets bullied by his brothers, causing him to escape to 4chan. Although Hindi did quit crime, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. The boys are doing their own scams and scores now, or well, Bibu and Prince are, and they drag Simsim along against his will because he's the only one with 2 honest-to-God brain cells, and also because some games need 3 players to play. A scene I think is very significant despite seeming unimportant is the one where Hindi goes to wake up one of the boys to go to the Friday prayer with him. It shows his attitude towards each of them. He is understandably a little scared of Prince.
برنس.
في ايه يا هندي؟
مش هتصلي معايا الجمعة؟
روح لبيبو، هو الدور عليه الجمعة دي.
طيب.
Doesn't really give a shit with Bibu.
ولا بيبو.
عايز ايه؟
ايه؟ مش هتصلي معايا الجمعة؟
روح لسمسم هو بيحب يصلي.
I mean, just look at this guy. Zero charisma whatsoever.
بصحيه الجمعة الجاية.
طيب اخوي.
As for Simsim, Hindi genuinely likes and sympathizes with him.
تعالى يا حبيبي انزل معايا نصلي الجمعة مع بعض.
After Hindi leaves, we see that Simsim is looking at an ad for a therapist. Later, we see Prince coming out of their home, all mysterious and hard, headed to their next victim, Dao, the barber. Bro gets caught looking at a porn magazine. This movie came out in 2007. Anyway, Prince tells him about a new gadget he got that's better than the magazines and tells him to swing by tonight with the heavy pockets. The gadget is, of course, X-ray glasses. We've all fantasized about it. Don't even lie, I know what you get up to, you freaks. Prince tells him some sciencey looking bullshit and tells him he has to close his eyes for 3 seconds before putting it on and taking it off, or else he could go blind. In those 3 seconds, Prince switches with Bibo, who is butt-ass naked.
Helicopter dig, go, helicopter dig.
And bro is way too into it.
طيب لف.
لا ما فيناش من لفه عم مضو معلش.
عشان خاطر عمك انت لفه واحده.
You're gay! He's gay!
After the deal is done, we see the three in the basement and we learn that Prince and Bibo wanna leave Egypt, which is real, based, and red-pilled.
Approved.
Because they're sick of this 3-in-1 life and they tell Simsim that he will be free once they're gone. But he doesn't want them to leave, saying it doesn't bother him and that he even found a job. But Prince disagrees,
Stupid you are.
saying that even if the job is nice, their paychecks will be split 3-way and won't amount to anything. Simsim claps back
مش احسن من السرقه اللي بتعملها انت وبيبو.
and Prince is like, and basically tells him he'll be with them in the next theft that they do.
Understand or not? Shut up.
The next score is a marathon held by the UN. Simple plan, one starts the race and the other two hide at 1 2/3 of the track and switch to get ahead of the other contestants, and they obviously win first place. Later at home, there's a prostitute on Hindi's bed. Prince and Bibo already had their turns with her and now it's Simsim's, but he's scared and he also doesn't like that they're doing it on his mom's, rest in peace, bed. They try to pressure him into it, but the girl almost catches them, so they run out of frame and she pulls him in.
What's going on? You trying to have fun?
I'm good.
No, you gonna have fun, baby.
And it goes just as you would expect. Nowhere. And she destroys what little ego he had.
ممكن اخرج؟
مالك يا رضا؟ من ساعة يعني ما لبست البيجامة وجبت شعرك على جنب وانت محبط.
Then Hindi bursts in and catches them, and Simsim's attempts to save the situation only make it worse.
دي اختي.
He goes to hide in his room and overhears his brothers being like, there's Simsim that you thought was innocent, basically pinning it all on him. They probably put him last on purpose to do that, which is honestly fucked up. Then Simsim notices the therapist ad again. Wait, so he literally lives on his PC, but he left it on the same window all this time? It's been like a few days at least, unless all he does on his PC is just look at this ad? Yeah, that's probably it. He's special like that. At the therapist's office, Simsim tells the doctor, who's called Suleiman, everything about their secret and says he hesitated a lot to come. But he had to, emphasizing how important it is to keep this between them, as his brothers could very well kill them both if they found out. So bro hits him with the patient confidentiality card, though as far as I know it's nullified in case of criminal investigations, which, well, the boys seem to be edging the law for a living. Also, Dr. Suleiman is just a vibe with his pipe and rocking chair. Love the character. And speaking of criminal investigations, the doctor asks the stupid question of why not just come out? But Simsim says their dad might go to jail and maybe they would too for covering up the crime. The next question is why Simsim doesn't want them to immigrate, and the answer is that he doesn't like being alone even though he hates their ways and how they treat him, which is a mistake. Just because you're thirsty doesn't mean you should drink poison, and it's perfectly fine to cut off family if they're toxic to you. But if he didn't think this way, the movie would end too soon. Then the doctor tells him not to worry about a thing, because every little thing is gonna be alright. The next score is selling Tamre Hindi, no, not that Hindi, Hindi as in from India, to a bar owner. It's like a date type juice, by the way, saying that it's a new type of wine from Cyprus? I don't fucking know.
Cyprus is how you say it.
That's so fucking new and so fucking good they don't want to export it. Dude's obviously not sold.
What the fuck is this?
So to convince him, two of them hide behind the counter, and after each hit he takes from a conveniently wide and opaque bowl that makes it so he can't see while drinking. One of them stands up and they mimic each other's movements, so he thinks that it's so strong he's seeing double and then triple, and then...
لا كده انت هتسحب لنا البار يا خواجه كفايه كده.
So bro is left speechless and buys it all. The boys go home through the secret basement.
1, 2, 3.
لو حد رابع جه يبقى مش تبعنا.
At the therapist's office, the doctor says Simpson did overcome his indecision, but out of fear, essentially fixing a problem with another problem. Bro doesn't like that, so he says therapy is bullshit. Dr. Suleiman does a pro-gamer move.
اضربني بالقلم.
لا انا مش متضايق منك للدرجه دي.
انا بقول لك اضربني بالقلم.
ليه يا دكتور؟
عايز اشوف حاجه. تقدر تضربني بالقلم؟ ما تقدرش لانك جبان.
ما بحبش حد يقول لي انت جبان.
بس انت جبان. طب اضربني بالقلم. ما تضرب يا جبان. طب مش عايز تضربني ليه؟
عشان احترام.
ولا احترام ولا نيله لانك جبان. اضرب يا جبان يا جبان يا جبان. اضرب يا جبان.
And Simpson gains a confidence boost from that. That doctor really does know his shit. On his way out, he gets hit by a car, and the driver's reaction is very calm for someone who just almost committed vehicular manslaughter. She's fine as fuck though, so Simpson sucks it up.
You and me, baby, ain't nothing but mammals, so let's do it like they do on the Discovery Channel.
She got distracted with her burger, apparently. Like, who the fuck even eats burgers with one hand, bro? This bitch is sick. Anyway, she offers to take him to her restaurant, cafe thing that's nearby to clean up and shit, and bro is simping harder than Pokemon's chat. It is insane. At home, Prince is terrorizing Hindi, and we learn that Bibo snuck out while Simpson is also out, putting all of them at risk. What's so important that Bibo would take such a risk, you might ask? Football, of course. He went out to a rally for his favorite club, Al Ahli. Egyptian men will risk it all for their football team. The squad runs into another squad for the rival club, Zamalek, and they get into a brawl, and both groups get dragged to a police station. But the officer lets the guys in white go, even though they started the fight because he stands their club. Yeah, he can do that, don't worry about it. Meanwhile, at the cafe, Simpson is with the lady who ran his ass over, and he tells her his name. He asks her name, and we learn that it's Nada. Also, her laugh is so fucking awkward, it physically hurts me every time she does it. But Simpson probably finds it attractive because he's also an awkward weirdo.
الاكسدام اصله دخل في كليتي
I swear there's something with this guy and kidneys.
انا شايفك اكسدام عربيتك راشق في كليتي.
Anyway, she gives him her number. Guys, take notes. Let her run you over with her car. Unless you're in America, because she probably will be driving a 10-foot high truck and won't even notice you. Outside, two assholes who were sitting in the restaurant harass Simpson and kick his ass for no particular reason.
انا عايز استحمى بقى.
Law is a lie and the weak should fear the strong. Simpson arrives home all beat up and tells Prince what happened with the accident and the two thugs. Then the phone rings. It's Bibu telling Prince what happened and to come help him.
Damn it.
Prince still sends him to go wake their dad up and give him the ID, Reda's ID, to go get him out. But it turns out Simpson forgot it at the cafe and asks Prince to go get it because he's worried the two thugs might still be there and fuck him up again. Prince immediately agrees so he can get justice for his brother. Now, okay, look, Prince might be a dick, but he's got big bro energy and he looks out for his brothers, so I do respect that about him. An employee sees him and tells him they have his wallet, so Prince waits outside while he goes in to get it. Then Neda comes out handing it to him, saying she was gonna mail it to the address in the ID if he didn't come. Prince stares at her and it's love at first sight, just like what happened with Simpson. However, a true Sigma never lets a woman distract him from his mission.
1 minute.
Then he goes back to raise her up and writes his number on her hand before swaggering away, causing her to spontaneously come 3 times simultaneously and squirt out of all her holes. Then she scurries after him with an invitation to some football shit her cafe will be showing the next day.
I will try, sweetie.
tomorrow.
Neda calls their landline because smartphones hadn't invaded our lives yet and tells Reda, who is actually Simsim, that after he fucked up the two guys, the cops came and took them. Simsim has no clue what she's talking about, but he plays along. Also, this bitch is talking to him while driving. Like, you just fucking ran him over last night because you were distracted while driving. Do you ever learn? Meanwhile, Bibu, who's been making breakfast, sees the invitation thingy, so he obviously goes to the thing and has no fucking clue about Neda, but she obviously recognizes him, and somehow the conversation doesn't crash and burn because she's hot. Ladies, want a man? Just be hot. All three of them now like the same girl, so I'm pretty sure you can see where this is going. The movie ends with the three of them fighting to the death in the desert, and the winner gets to make her his wife, but stick to the end of the video if you want to see how it got to that. The ending will blow your tits clean off. Oh, by the way, some guy shows up and asks to meet Neda. Next day, Simsim is calling Neda, being all
Sneaky beaky like.
and they agree to meet at the cafe that night. Then she calls back to ask what time because she's an idiot and forgot to do it the first time. This time, Prince picks up and he finds out that she's meeting Reda today, and he tells her he's coming right now, and when he sees Simsim at the door, he convinces him to stay home because Prince has an important errand to run. At the date, he's being rude and hella unfiltered with her, but for some reason she likes it. Bad boy type shit. Then the guy working at the cafe shows up and hands Neda a strip of pills, saying that it was all he could find. Then we find out it's her mom's medication. Prince snatches it from her and says he knows people he can get it from for her, aka drug dealers. I mean, duh, look at this guy. He absolutely does drugs. Back home, Simsim is ranting to a very invested Bibu about Prince cock-blocking him and stealing the date from him, so Bibu decides to do the same to him, offering to set up a date for him with her behind Prince's back, then takes her to a game and just sends Simsim to wait for her somewhere random. To be fair though, Simsim is kinda dumb for not suspecting anything. Like, look where he's waiting for her. Who the fuck meets his date on a bridge? Cece, probably. In Neda's defense, she's got keeper energy. I mean, she's dating a nerd, a sports super duper fan, and a dickhead all in one, and somehow none of the dates have crashed and burned. At the date with Bibu, she seems to be having fun. Then she gets startled by and hugs him. For her, this is like the fourth date, so it's fine, but for Bibu, it's his first time actually talking and hanging with her since last time he was too focused on the game. So he falls in love with her right then and there. Seriously though, boys need hugs too, okay? Bro is dead ass entranced by her touch, until his team scores anyway and he realizes she made him miss it. Priorities, I guess. Never let a bitch distract you from your passion, kings. After the game, Bibu goes with Neda back to her home and they hook up. Nah, I'm just kidding. This isn't Netflix. This is proper cinema, goddammit. Back in my day, back home, Prince is taking care of Simsim for the heat stroke he got from waiting on the bridge all day in the sun. Simsim says he's upset with Prince for going out with the same girl he was going out with. Prince claims he didn't know it was the same girl.
Your Honor, my client pleads oopsie daisy.
But yeah, I'm not convinced personally.
Bullshit.
Well, she stood you up this time anyway, so like eh. But Simp copes for her, saying she probably couldn't park on the bridge. Bibu pokes fun at Prince, saying how uncool that was to do to his own brother. Then he tells him to shut the fuck up because the game he was at is on TV and he wants to see the goal he missed. Then
واضح فعلا انها ما عرفتش تركن على الكوبري فركنت في حضن بيبو.
Bibu tries to defend it, saying he just found her waiting for him at the stadium and didn't know she was with Simsim.
Oh my god, stop fucking lying.
Bullshit.
Big Bro decides to be the voice of reason.
Shut. No more. I can't imagine. I can't believe. This is my brother? No, are one family.
And says they can't all date the same girl because this could end in disaster. And they have no time for this nonsense anyway. They have work to do. And that girl is cringe anyway. So he tells them that they better not let him catch any of them meeting her again. And says that this includes him too.
ما تجيبيش سيرة لحد ان احنا بنتقابل.
حد زي مين؟
حد زيي.
ها؟
She then sits on the hood of the car all cutesy pootsy bimbo-like and tells him he's a weirdo, how he's sometimes a total nerd, other times a ball of energy that honestly makes you want to slap him, and other times an absolute dickhead.
I try to be one way, my sweet.
What he means here is that he basically bullied his other two personalities into the basement and will stay this way from now on. Cut to another date with Bibu. This guy shows up again asking about Neda, so Bibu tries to be a man's man until Bro says he's a cop looking for her.
Get her!
She tells him the cafe could get shut down because of taxes.
But if there's one thing that I hate more than slavery, it's taxes.
And Bibu's like, so what, lol? Surely you have some nice dough saved up and don't need it. But she says, nah, because her uncle took her mom's inheritance for himself. Yes, that happens here a lot. He keeps trying to joke about it, but she's not having it, so he tells her to close her eyes and puts an olive on her finger like a ring, and that does the trick. He also notices a ring on her finger. He also notices a ring on her finger with the name Nadia on it that she says is her mom's name. Then she remembers to give him back the wristband fork thingy that he forgot with her last time. At home, Bibu is like, didn't we agree not to meet this girl again? And throws Prince back his fork band thingy, and it goes like,
You shouldn't be here.
Neither should you.
Meanwhile, Simsim is venting to Hindi about the situation. So he tells him to just do the same as them. Wake up before them and go out with her, since neither of them can go out at all, let alone with the same person as him while he is out. And he agrees, but first he roofies his brothers so they don't cause trouble. And while he's at it, he gives them a lecture and pretends to boss them around. Nada and Simsim go to the movies and she tells him to park the car for her cause she's on the phone. Does this bitch ever drive without being on her phone? Does the car not start without an ongoing phone call or something? Anyway, there's a teeny weeny problem, and that is that this Reda has no clue how to drive. He still manages to park the car. Eventually. Inside, she asks him if he would still love her if she was a worm, and he says he would repeatedly cut her in half, multiplying her until he has enough biomass to mold her into a pocket and her. At the therapist's office, Simpson tells the doctor how he yelled at his brothers and forced them to stay home while he went to see Nada, but then he's like, nah, I'm full of shit actually. The only true thing about the story is that he met her and that he likes her. He feels like she's the only person he can say no to, because he's a big wimp with everyone else. So the doctor says that's not good actually, because that means he's just looking for a weaker person to force his weak character on. Then the doctor changes the subject and asks if his brothers try to do any more scans with him, and he's like, nope, never again. That life is behind me.
So that was a fucking lie.
Simpson does try to object, but...
What you say?
What you say?
So he tries again.
What you say again?
Third time's a charm, right?
Go out!
The plan is Simpson will go to an eye doctor, which is called an optometrist apparently, to sell him some magic eye drops. Remember when I said only 2 of them need glasses? Well, that's the game. Simpson will let the doctor test his eyesight to see that it's fucked, then he'll go get the eye drops from the car, and Prince, who has normal eyesight, will go in, use the eye drops, and let the doctor test him again to show him how the eye drops cured his eyesight. While all this is happening, Bibu will be at the police station fucking with the officer to prove that Reda never even met the doctor. Solid plan, and it works. On a side note, it's sad how this much money could apparently give you some smuggled super medicine back then, but now you'd be lucky to survive 1 month with it. Nada gets 3 different voice messages from Reda, basically each of them asking her out on a date at 3, and she somehow doesn't find this suspicious at all. I guess she just accepted that she's dating Two-Face's lesser known brother, Three-Face, and just goes with the last offer she got. Tough shit for the other 2 who got stood up. Nada hangs out with Simsim at her cafe, and just as they leave, the other 2 arrive, one after the other, and tail them without knowing the other is there. Prince arrives first and finds Nada at a clothes store with Simsim. Simsim hands her a lame-ass dress that he picked out. While she's trying on the lame dress, Prince convinces Simsim to hide in a dressing room and give him his clothes so that he can continue with Nada. Nada comes out and Prince tells her the dress sucks ass and they should leave, but she gets confused because he picked it out and goes to try one more dress before they leave, so Prince waits for her. Then Bibu arrives and finds Prince dressed as Simsim, so he tricks a store employee to go drag him away in a minute, thinking that Simsim, the pushover, won't say no, and tells him to do it by any means necessary. And the poor guy agrees, and it goes just as you would expect. While Bro gets his ass kicked, Nada comes out to Bibu and he tells her the dress is trash because it's white and Black Lives Matter. Nah, it's because he hates white, because it's his rival club's color. Nada has had it with his tripolar tendencies and she voices her concerns calmly. These idiots are risking literally everything for pussy, SMH. On one hand, I do have to admire their commitment and willingness to fight for the girl they love. On the other hand,
what a bunch of dumbasses.
Simsim tells Prince Nada can be split 3-way, but he quickly changes his mind. At the therapist's office, Simsim tells Dr. Suleiman that they reached an agreement. Each of them gets to go out with her 2 days a week and 1 day is off. And I know that sounds kinda like a cock thing to do, but you gotta consider how they split literally everything, their whole life between the 3 of them. So this is probably not as weird to them as it would be to us. Plus, sex before marriage is not even a thing here, so they don't have to worry about that anytime soon.
أنا بحبك أوي دكتور.
وأنا كمان يا سمسم.
What are you? Gay? Hey yo! This Gay!
Oh, and by the way, all their sessions are recorded. At home, Sim is trying to call her, but she doesn't answer. Prince then tries and she picks up finally, saying her mom is sick as shit, so he tells her that he's coming over. Prince shows up at Nada's door with a bunch of pills like he promised her before. He meets her mom and wishes her well and shit.
Well, good luck with that.
Then Nada tells him that her mom has been sick like that since her husband, aka Nada's dad, died. And it got worse after her uncle did the thing that Reda doesn't remember because Prince doesn't even know about it. So she's like, you're a mess, bruh. Anyway, she invites him to dinner the next day and Prince very saltily agrees because it's gonna be Sim's day. At some Chinese food joint, Sim is struggling to even eat, and I'm on little bro's side, to be honest. I fucking hate chopsticks. Then the conversation goes into what they hate the most, and she says her uncle. Sim asks her what did he do, and she... So he tells her a little trick to help him. If she ever finds him being all hyper and rambling about football, she should snap him out of it by any means necessary.
That sounds like a fantastic idea.
I'm over here stroking my dick. I got lotion on my dick right now.
I bet she wanted to do that for a very long time now. That look says it all. Some time passes by and things go normal. The boys keep doing scores and bonding with Nada. Sim keeps doing his therapy and Nada's mom continues dying. Then we cut to Valentine's Day, which is overrated by the way. Sim has a gift for her, but the other two didn't bring shit, so they tell him to get rid of it.
Get rid of it.
And like a complete dumbass, he agrees. Even though there's supposed to be one person, so only one of them really needs to bring a gift. And can you guess what Prince does after telling Sim to throw away his gift?
Happy fucking Valentine's Day.
He got her a taser. And he shows her how to use it. Meanwhile, the other two are in the back room to turn off the light, so one of them can switch with Prince. I guess because it's Valentine's Day, they'll have to all get a bite of her. I wonder who gets to go home and bang her at the end. None of them. This is Egypt, motherfucker. Prince gets up and Bibu takes over and gives her a gift of his own. Then it's Sim's turn, but Bibu pretends today was leg day. So Prince convinces him.
I've always got persuasion and reason. Here's persuasion, and here's reason.
Then she takes Sim to dance. Back home, Sim tells the others she danced with him and said she likes him.
Oh my god, you're so cute and funny.
Thanks.
Can I crush your balls?
Yeah. So Prince is like she said she likes Reda, and we are all Reda. So they all confess to each other that they love her, and Prince finally realizes the mess they're in, saying they can't go on.
This is not okay. This needs to stop now.
And admits he was wrong to say she could be split three-way, and apologizes. The boys obviously feel heartbroken and shit and mope around the spots they went to with her like little bitches instead of focusing on the grind like they should have been doing all this time.
Pussy!
Each of them slowly slides into a quiet depression. Prince drinking, Bibu rot-maxing, and Sim just getting back to his boring routine but sadder. The phone rings and their dad Hindi answers, and it's obviously Nada, crying, puking and shitting her pants. And Prince answers.
Black news. This mother is very die.
The doctor tells Nada her mom keeps getting worse, lol noob, and needs to travel abroad to get treatment within a week, or she will be sleeping with the fishes. Prince asks Nada why she never told him, and she's like, I didn't want to bother anyone with my problems. Bitch, he's your boyfriend now. What even is the point if you can't tell him about your dying mom? The dating scene in Egypt is in shambles, let me tell you. Prince is being all nice, like, maybe I could help. She says it sucks to be helpless before someone you love, I agree, and asks him why he's doing all this for her. Bitch, he's your boy... He says he doesn't really know, he just feels happy with her.
Brother,
Then she hits him with the nobody ever stood with me like this.
Oh! Ew! Dude! What the fuck?
And he responds with the I would do anything for you, sweetie. Then she says she'll try with her uncle one more time. Maybe he will agree to help this time. Simpson tags along and the whole endeavor goes great. On the car ride home, we learn her uncle is called that man. Simpson tries to play music to cheer her up, but she's like, nope, not in the mood. Those were different times. You couldn't just connect your phone to the car, you had to use a tape. She tells him this guy at man stole 500 grand, aka £500,000 from them. Simpson tells the boys about a plan he has to basically triple the 250k they managed to save from scores for Bibo and Prince's immigration, so they can give her the 500 she needs and still keep their original money. He says the plan's not quite done yet and asks if they're on board to help her or not, so he can finish it and tell them. They decide with a coin toss and they ball. Also, they do the toss with a fucking 10p coin. Just 17 years later, those and quarters have gone extinct. Oh, fucking hell, we really fell off fast, didn't we? Anyway, the plan is, one of them will give Neda the 250k and tell her to deposit them in a bank and transfer it through her uncle's money handling finance transfer wire money company thing. Then the three of them will each go to a different branch of that company with duplicate IDs to withdraw the money at the exact same time so the system doesn't get to register. Basically getting them 3 times the money from her uncle, getting Neda back what he stole from her, and their original 250k stays untouched. And the plan works until it doesn't. Simpson says he panicked when the banker called him and he just threw the briefcase and ran. Some arguing later, they are faced with a choice. Give the 500k to Neda and start from scratch on their money, or keep their share, give her the rest and call it a day. They decide to give it all to her like the nice guys they are. Then they take turns saying goodbye to her, and I just can't help but picture how they must have looked to everyone else around. Like, this is the fucking airport and it's daytime. The place is buzzing with people. And there they are, 3 identical dudes taking turns to hug the same girl. Also, what if she just turned around randomly and saw them mid-switch? Like, I get it, but I'm just saying, this is incredibly risky and frankly, quite stupid on their end. Love really makes guys act stupid, doesn't it? Not that I would know, of course. I just read that online. Also, I found it weird that she doesn't ask questions at all. Like, I get not looking a gift horse in the mouth, but if someone offers you $500,000, you gotta at least wonder where that money came from, right? Alright bitches, buckle up now, cause it's plot twist time. Simpson randomly spots Neda's car driving down the street one day while she's supposed to be in London with her sick mom, so he goes to her cafe and asks about her. And the guy tells him she hasn't showed up in a while, and we find out that she's just a regular client there. She doesn't own shit. Sanity cracking, heartbroken, knees weak, arms are heavy, there's vomit on his sweater already, mom's spaghetti. He stumbles over to her place and finds out from the doorman the place isn't hers either. It's just a furnished rental she leased for a month and left a couple of days ago. Simpson breaks the news to the boys, and they understandably get very upset, seeing how the master scammers got scammed themselves of all their savings. And Bibo remembers the Nadia ring incident and tells them her real name. They fell for it head first. Nice guys always finish last, huh? Also, this is probably why she put up with his tripolar nonsense all along. Simpson runs to his therapist shitting his pants, and Dr. Suleiman just and says, I told you so, about how crime doesn't pay, blah blah blah. He asks him if he tried reaching her, but he slips and asks if she left her hotel address she'll be staying in London.
How the fuck you know this?
But the doctor gaslights him into believing he told him she's got liver problems, so he just assumed that she would go to London because the best liver treatment one can get is there, apparently. I don't know if that's true, go fact check it yourself. The doctor goes to flip the tape in the recorder and Simpson notices the device was in Neda's glove box when he tried to play music for her that one time. The doctor tells him he'll be out of town for a week with his mom, so Simpson asks him for a book recommendation from his library to keep him busy while he's away. So Suleiman gets up to get one for him. As he does, Simpson recognizes the drum keychain in his pocket from when she told him to park her car at the movie. That's the third sign in like 2 minutes, so he concludes Dr. Suleiman is in cahoots with Neda somehow, or Nadia I guess. Simpson grabs the doctor's phone while he's away and dials her number and sees Nadia on the screen. Also, the music turns evil and the doctor is portrayed ominously now, in case the viewer still hasn't picked up on what's happening. I mean, this movie is targeted towards Egyptians, so I can't blame the production team. That's not exactly the smartest demographic, you know? The doctor suggests to Simpson that he keep what he found out about her a secret for now and think about it before telling his brothers, worried that they might hurt him. He doesn't know though that they already know everything and that Simpson just found out that he's in on it. Later that night, we see one of the Redas breaking into the doctor's office and taking all the recordings, and oh my god, I was not ready for that Windows XP shutdown screen. The next day, we see a very confused Dr. Suleiman pull up to a sketchy ruined building and Nadia's car parked outside. Inside, he finds her and asks what's the deal with the letter she sent him, asking to meet there and not call cause their phones are bugged. She says she didn't send shit and she got a similar letter from him. They both turn to leave, but
I don't have time for this, for fuck's sake.
And we get one of my favorite memes of all time.
مفاجأة مش كده؟
It's literally the Egyptian version of surprise, motherfucker. Reda is being all menacing, like calling her by her real name and asking the doctor which Reda he is. Also, Suleiman is like, chill, Simsim, let's not do anything rash, but Reda goes like,
أنا مش سمسم.
Nadia takes the talking pillow and says, oh, I know I fucked up, but also you guys.
Denied.
Then Nadia's uncle shows up calling for some guy, but Reda says that he was just some dude he sent as a realtor to bring him there. Rich guy recognizes the doctor and asks him what that bitch is doing there, so Suleiman throws her under the bus. Nadia isn't amused and says that he's her and Reda's therapist and that he used them both to make them rob Mr. Rich uncle, who turns to Reda and remembers him from when they came to his office, and he goes to pull a gun from his jacket, but Reda shoots first.
21 would be the ranger with the big iron on his hip. Big iron on his hip.
Tensions escalate and Reda threatens to shoot them too, so Suleiman admits he was going to split the cash with her, but they both play hot potato with who has the money. Suleiman begs him and slowly inches closer and then takes the gun from him and tells him his version of how this will go down. Reda isn't intimidated, however, and tells him he's too chicken shit to shoot. The doctor does try to shoot, but the gun is empty, because the gun had one bullet that he used to kill this poor man.
A gun with one bullet.
So Reda tells him he's actually at the police station reporting a murder that the doctor committed at this location as they speak, and the only way out is to prove that there is actually 3 of them.
أنا أخدت كل الشرايط اللي في العيادة.
He thanks him for his fingerprints on the gun and hightails it out of there, but not before thanking the doctor for curing his cowardice. He was, in fact, Simsim all along, but with a brand new attitude and bravery. Bro found his heart. Just as he leaves, the cops arrive and take Nadia and Suleiman. Cut to separate interrogations, Nadia and Suleiman tell their story to their respective interrogators. The way this is shot has each of them tell a part of the story, which is fun to watch, but not so much to hear about it from a guy, so I'll give you the rundown. Nadia was seeing Suleiman for her depression after her dad died. Suleiman liked her, so he tried to raise her up, then one day she confessed her love to him, and he confessed back. But then she realized he was using her to scam his patients, and that she tried to cut ties with him, but couldn't. As for Atman, rich uncle that guy, he was also a patient of Suleiman's, as we've established, and basically his problem was that this woman he knew from 20 years prior showed up to him saying that he's the father of her child, which is Nadia, but Atman was adamant it couldn't be, and said he doesn't know Nadia whatsoever. He also says that she claims she's 25, and I gotta call bullshit here. If he knew her mom 20 years ago, how is the daughter 25 now? The math ain't mathing, bro. Nadia says Suleiman planned this whole thing from start to finish. He showed her Simsim's tapes and guided her on how to befriend each of them one by one, which is basically why she handled Reda's tripolar attitude so well. She knew all along, and he wanted them to all love her because that's the only thing that could make them do anything. A girl. Man, I mean, he's not wrong, but that is fucked up. This is why everybody has trust issues now. He coordinated the accident with her, which explains why her reaction to hitting Simsim was so lame, as I pointed out earlier. She also stole the wallet from his jacket at the cafe and paid the 2 dudes to beat him up so he doesn't come back, because she knew he was a paste baby and would send Prince instead. And she purposely gave him the football invitation to lure in Bibu. The interrogator tells Nadia that all that shit won't help them because there's only one Reda on their system. Then the 2 suspects play hot potato with the money again, each saying the other has it, until
هتقول الفلوس فين ولا نخليك تقول بمعرفتنا؟
And he says to just send an officer to his mom and tell her the doctor wants the goodies.
What do you mean by that?
Then both Suleiman and Nadia are made to sign something and told to wait.
And so we waited. And waited. And waited.
Until Suleiman finally notices a letter from Reda on the desk telling him basically, haha, get fucked. Also, that shit you signed was a general power of attorney for buying and selling. I Google translated that. I don't know if that's what's actually called. It's a document that gives someone full power to buy and sell shit on someone else's behalf, basically giving Reda free reign of Suleiman and Nadia's possessions. Suleiman then comes out of the interrogation room only to find out he's actually at the same abandoned building, and Nadia comes out of the next room. Outside, they see their cars also got yoinked, and Nadia does the haktua on that thing and walks off. Later, Simsim meets up with Mr. Atman, yes, he's actually dead, that part was fake too, and gives him back the 500 grand they stole from him for nada, that they just got back, and all is well. Back home, Bibu and Prince are moping about having to start all over again with their immigration money.
I need you, my mother.
They even wrote a big fat 0 on the board, but then Simpson walks in all Sigma and writes 250k on the board, explaining that he lied about losing the money when they did the heist. The banker actually just wanted to give him back his pen. He did so they wouldn't leave, and then says some gay shit like, am I wrong for not wanting you to leave? Yes, actually you're fucking wrong. And I feel like a stranger with you here, so imagine how I would feel without you.
So yeah, you're gay.
And just like that, they change their mind and they have a bro moment. No homo, of course. And the movie ends. I wonder how Reda is doing now in 2024. If you want my opinion, they should have all left together, to be honest, and got new separate IDs somewhere better and lived a normal life. But oh well, not my problem. Let me know what you thought of this review. The full movie is on YouTube, by the way. I'll link it downstairs. Don't forget to do the YouTube stuff. Give me money so I can leave. And don't worry, I'm not gonna change my mind about it like these idiots. And I'll see you all next time.